Hello, everyone, and welcome to Casual Caffeinated Conversations. I'm super excited because I'm here with Robert Manolson. Yay! Welcome, Robert. Thank you so much for joining me today. Coffee, do you? Water, good enough.
I have no idea why I'm here.
Because you're like the fun guy, and we need to get you to play some games with us. We're trying just to keep the conversation going around mental health and changing the narrative. And we want to also make the conversation around mental health fun, which is what you already do. So I'm learning from you. I get to take the fun and
yes,
with some words in mental health.
Yes.
Are you ready? We're going to play a game first.
Okay, but first I have a question.
Yeah.
When they change the narrative, so what is the narrative that needs changing?
There's multiple narratives that need to be changed. So
okay.
That's why I'm bringing you on, because everybody has a different narrative they want to change. So when I interviewed Kyle Talley, his whole thing about changing the narrative was he grew up and he's a male and he was raised to not cry, to suck it up and to keep on going. That's not how things work.
Okay.
So we need to change the narrative. So it'll be about what you want to change the narrative around.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah, so narrative can be very broad here.
Yes, very broad. Everything is mental health is very broad. It's not just one thing. If mental illness was one thing, oh, we'd have it nipped in the butt and gone. Okay. We don't.
Hold on. Have a cup of coffee or enjoy your coffee.
Okay, this game.
Okay, this game.
One word, and you have to say the first word that comes to your mind.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah, hold on. Did I say that you matter? You matter, Krista. You totally matter. You matter. You totally matter. Okay, let's play.
Okay, ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, first word, connection.
Lovely.
Friendship.
From the heart.
Play.
Fun.
Happiness.
Sadness.
Mental illness.
Connecting.
Community.
Big.
Awesome. Okay, this next question, you can only give a one-word answer to. Why is mental health a hard, scary, uncomfortable topic to talk about?
A one-word answer?
One word.
Misunderstanding.
Yes.
Misunderstanding.
This is one of my favorite questions because everybody so far has said a different word. Nobody has.
Okay. And the word has to be in English.
Yes.
Okay.
So I can understand it. Okay. How can somebody ask for help when they don't know how?
Is this a one-word answer?
No, this can be a big answer.
Okay. So what's the question?
How can somebody ask for help when they don't know how?
Wear a button, and on the button it says, "Not myself today." Not
that's a good one.
Today. And what the button, because it's a button, you proclaiming it out loud, and people have seen the buttons they see the button, they'll start the conversation for you. So the button is the ask without you having to really ask.
I like that. Where can we get the buttons, Robert?
You can get the buttons from an organization called notmyselftoday.ca.
Ooh.
They are all about how to start the conversation about mental health, specifically at work. And they have a plethora of buttons. I wish I had the Not Myself Today button here. But
you can take a picture, and when I post this, you can put the picture and comment, which would be awesome.
Totally. I have.
Woo, okay. If you could change the narrative around one line or word, what would it be?
Oh, stigma.
Why?
Okay. I want to find the people who years ago sat around a boardroom table and were experts in the field of mental health, right? Mm-hmm. Who came to a decision and said, "That's it, stigma. We'll use stigma as our marketing. We'll market mental health through this whole idea of stigma. Yeah, we'll get everybody's attention by redirecting people's thinking to the subject of stigma. Yeah, that's it. And once we get people's eyes on stigma, that will change. That will change everybody's narrative around mental health.
Right. I think it brought in some conversation, but now I think we need to like take out the stigma, right? Like,
well, no, we have to take out the subject stigma, the word stigma, because it's old, it's been used, it's had its time. And as you said, Krista, it's brought new people into the conversation, and that's fine. But now it's time to change the campaign. Totally change the campaign and get off the stigma message. And because we've grown from that. We've grown from that. There's COVID has forced us to grow even further ahead on the subject of mental health. So stigma as the marketing message. Thank you, stigma. You had your time, but it's time to move on and create a new narrative, a new marketing message.
Yes, absolutely.
I think it's already been created. It's time to start the conversation.
Yes, period.
Right. That's all it is, right?
Yeah.
Stigma, no stigma. The message is now is the best time. Yesterday was the best time to start the conversation.
Yeah, and it's completely true. And we need to just keep pushing everybody to have the conversation, whether it's out loud or behind closed doors with a counselor or wherever it is that's right for you. Go have the conversation.
And you said something awesome. You say it over and over again. I just say it with slightly different words. You always say, have the conversation. Do you notice that?
No.
No, you do that all the time. When you talk mental health, you say, I think we have to have the conversation. We have to have the conversation, right? And I say, start the conversation.
Yes.
We're all saying, we're all in the same end of the swimming pool together. So maybe the message is have the conversation.
Or start conversation. I'm gonna write it down. I'm writing it down. So
because you do. Whenever we talk about mental health, okay, we have to have the conversation. We're going to do a podcast. It's about having the conversation.
Yeah.
And so you always use that word have or having, and I use start or starting.
Both are fabulous. Okay, I've got one more question. My word for this year is action. What is your word for the year?
My word. Wow. Your word this year is action. Wow. What is my word for this year?
Yeah, it's hard, right?
Well, it's more of a short phrase.
Okay, go.
And the phrase is, what's the bottom line?
Nice. I like that.
My phrase this year is, what's the bottom line? What's the truth? That's my words. Those are my words for this year. What's the bottom line and what's the truth?
I like it. I like it a lot.
That's it. And it's definitely makes its appearance throughout the week, both in my personal life and in my work life. What's the bottom line and what's the truth?
That's right. And I think when we have stuff that we can look at every day and incorporate it, not just into our businesses, but into our personal, it's really important. And we have to keep going, right? And it also helps us move forward a little and review everything that we're doing.
Do you do that? Do you do that?
Yeah. And that's why I picked action for this year, right? We have lots of things to do, but if I put an action with everything that I want to do, then I know I'm moving forward and I'm progressing. whether it's personal or family or work. I know that every day I have to say, what is my action towards making today successful?
Oh, wow. So not take thoughts, ideas, circumstances, situations, moments, attach action to them.
That's right. Because it's like, even if you take it with work, right? So I want to grow. So what are my actions to do that? And then every day I have to have an action that does that, because that will help me reach the goal. Now we can set up a lot of things, but I really need to have action. Mental health, we talk about, for us, it's always December. And then we do the one day of Bell Let's Talk Day. We go, oh, let's talk. And then we're silent, right? So my action towards mental health is bringing all these cool people like you on and talking about it. Everybody has something to say about mental health, wellness, or illness, because everybody has had to deal with it directly or indirectly. So this is my action to keep that conversation going. No matter what I do this year, everything has to have an action attached to it.
I'm gonna write that down. You know why I'm gonna write that down?
It goes with yours though, too. What's the bottom line? And that's an action. So what is the bottom line? Today, I want to make some sales. So my bottom line is contacting people, which is an action, and closing the sale. It's so
just aside from that example, you had me frame powerful play experiences in a refreshing way. What is powerful play experiences? It's the action. Action. It's the action to continue having the conversations. That's what it is. Because we do it. We do the conversation. So we just don't talk. We don't just think about mental health. Powerful play experiences is the action toward the action of starting the conversation and having, wow.
It's so fun.
Recreation is conversation.
Fun, right? Like, and think about all the words we're going to get to collect over the next couple months doing these conversations. And then we can bring them all together. And then we have this big board of, here's all of the people's words for the year and why they're doing it. Here's all of the things we need to change about the narratives around everything, right? And then we have a starting point to, I guess my favorite, have those conversations, right? So it's super exciting. I'm so glad you joined me today, Robert. Thank you so much.
Listen, I have to thank you for including me or continuing to include me in your awesomeness and your
sometimes craziness.
It's all about the ness, awesomeness or craziness. It's all about the ness, but definitely about including me in your awesomeness and having me here today. And you always lift my spirits, Krista, always.
Oh, you too. It should always be a morning conversation. And then you leave the conversation, you're like, oh yeah.
That's good. Get it out of the way.
All right. Thanks, Robert.
Okay, take care. Okay, bye.